redefining problems, and creating innovative solutions. This presentation will guide you through the journey of unleashing your creativity. You might ask yourself, what is creativity, innovation got to do with project management? The truth is that anywhere you find yourself working today as a manager, you will have to be creative. You will have to be a problem solver. You will have to what Miro is. So Miro is actually a tool that has become quite versatile. So one of the things I've come to realize about project management is that knowing how to use your tools is actually one of the best things you can do for yourself, because that's the first step that shows that you understand what project management is about. You can't really do project management without knowing how to use the tools that are used for project management work. So Miro is one of those tools, and there are various things that you can do with Miro. As you can see, they have some templates here. There's a Kanban framework. You can do what we call quick retrospective. You can also do what we call mind mapping. You can do a flow chart for times that you have to connect different perspectives, and then you can actually come up with your own chart entirely. So for today, we are going to start by brainstorming first. We can do some brainstorming and think about a problem that we want to solve, and then we can go ahead and create an empathy map, which means we are trying to empathize with the user. What is it that the user is going through? What are the problems that they are going through? And from there, we can now move to the place where we take that empathy and begin to find a solution to it. So to start with, let's go to this empathy map. But before we do that, I'd just like for us to look at this brainstorming. As you can see, this is amazing that some of the things that we see today in the digital world are things that once existed in the physical world. Gather our ideas into place and then finally define what exactly that would want to do. So for example, now we can be thinking for this aspect. Now we can decide that, all right, what are the ideas? What is it that we want to solve? For example, I did mention that I wanted to solve the problem of social connection. So I can come and write it here. Social connection is one of the first things that you will have to deal with if you're somebody who came here, because you're coming into a new country, you don't know anybody, you've left all your friends behind in your former country. And so trying to connect with people like you, or people that at least understand you, or people that I'd like to type, another idea that I'd like to share here is finding a job. This finding, I don't know whether I say finding a job or finding the right job, because I think that's the problem. Finding the right job. When you come to the UK, one of the things you experience is that you might find a job that you do not like, or you find a job that is not right for you, meaning that even though you can do that job, your circumstances does not allow you to effectively perform on that job. So for example, if you have kids who have to go to school, and maybe school in here opens by 8:30, but your job requires that you are at work by 6 a.m. and you don't have anybody that will help you take your kids to school. You have found a job, but that job is not the right one for you, because there's no way you'll be able to take your kids to school by 8:30 if you have to resume by 6. So ultimately, you have to find something that works for you. So maybe that's, oh, you reskill and then you keep trying. Another one could be you train. You train and find internship to gain UK experience, right? Because if that's the common question, oh, you don't have UK experience, you have to find something that works. So now you have been able to bring together your solution. So what you're actually doing here is what we call ideation. We are actually ideating. You are trying to find a solution to this person's problem. Remember that while we are doing all this, you understand, even though this looks like it's something that is simple, if you are doing it in a team, it might not be so. Because there will be people in your team that will say, we don't think this is the solution, this is the other solution. There will probably some kind of arguments we are trying to do. So for example, now you might have come to this training now, and everything I'm doing here kind of represents what it is that you're going through. What you want is that one email that gives you an offer with a project management job offer in it. So to get you to this place where it is that you get these emails, we have to do a lot of these things. We have to reskill. We have to look at your CV. We have to rewrite the CV. We have to train you. We have to make sure we prepare you for the interview. And at the end of the day, the very thing that you want to get is the email. How do we know that this thing has worked? We can only say it has worked when you have gotten an email with offer.